My friend expected me to cover her entire vacation because I'm the one who suggested the trip. When I refused, she threw a fit and screamed, "You're just hoarding your money." The hotel receptionist watched as I smiled and said, "Then you'll love paying for your own room, since I just canceled your reservation." I never thought I'd have to cut a friend off over a vacation, but here we are. This happened a few months ago, and even now, when I think about it, I can feel the secondhand embarrassment all over again. Let me start by saying that I don't mind spending money on friends. If we go out to eat and someone's a little short, I'll cover it. If a friend needs a ride and I have gas in my car, no problem. But what I don't do is fund people's entire lives just because they feel entitled to my money. And that's exactly what happened with Sophia. It started as a simple conversation between friends. I was sitting with Sophia and a couple of others at a bar, talking about how we all needed a break. Work had been stressful, and I wanted to go somewhere fun. "Let's do a trip," I said. Everyone was on board. We threw around ideas: New York, Vegas, maybe even Cancun, but we settled on Miami. Warm weather, good food, and beaches sounded perfect. Sophia was one of the most excited ones. "We should definitely do it," she said. "We need this." We agreed to split the costs: flights, hotel, Ubers, everything. Nothing extravagant, just a solid weekend trip with some relaxation and fun. I had no idea what I was setting myself up for. As we started booking, Sophia kept dragging her feet. She wouldn't book her flight. The rest of us grabbed tickets early, and when I reminded her to get hers before prices went up, she kept saying, "I'll do it later." A couple of weeks before the trip, she still hadn't booked. "You better hurry before they get expensive," I warned. She waved me off. "Oh, I'll be fine." Turns out, she was expecting me to cover it. A week before the trip, she messaged me. "Sophia, hey, flights are kinda expensive now. Can you spot me? I'll pay you back later." "Nope." I told her, "Sorry, I can't do that. You should have booked earlier." She played it off like it was no big deal, but I could tell she was annoyed. Eventually, she did book a flight, but she wouldn't say how much she paid. I should have known then that this was going to be a problem. We decided to book rooms in pairs to keep costs down. Sophia and I were supposed to share, and she agreed to send me her half before check-in. That never happened. The day before the trip, I texted her. "Hey, can you send me your half for the hotel?" No response. Hours later, I sent another message. "Sophia?" She finally responded, "Sophia, oh, I totally forgot. Can I just give it to you when we get there?" At this point, my gut was screaming at me, but I didn't want to start drama before the trip even began. I told myself she'd send it when we got there. Spoiler, she didn't. At the airport, we were all in good spirits. Everyone was chatting, taking selfies, and excited to go. Sophia, on the other hand, seemed off. She barely said anything and was glued to her phone. While we were waiting to board, she suddenly turned to me. "Sophia, so, when we land, are you getting the Uber?" I frowned. "We can split it." She laughed like I had just told a joke. "Sophia, come on, you're already paying for the hotel. What's an Uber?" "Excuse me? I'm paying for the hotel?" I repeated. She shrugged. "Well, yeah. You suggested the trip." I stared at her, waiting for her to say she was joking. She wasn't. Before I could even respond, our flight was called, and everyone started gathering their stuff. I sat there for a second, trying to process what just happened. We landed, got our bags, and headed to the hotel. By now, I was fuming. She hadn't sent me a dime. I had already paid for the room up front, but I wasn't about to let this go. At the front desk, I turned to her. "Hey, can you send me the money now?" She blinked at me. "Oh, I thought we talked about this." "No, we didn't." She sighed dramatically. "I figured since you make way more than me, it wouldn't be a big deal." I could feel my blood boiling. "That's not how this works," I said. "We agreed to split costs." Her voice got louder. "Oh my God, you're seriously going to be stingy about this? You're just hoarding your money." At this point, the hotel receptionist was watching us. My friends had gone ahead, assuming we were just checking in. And that's when it hit me. I turned to the receptionist and smiled. "Actually, can you cancel her reservation?" The second those words left my mouth, Sophia froze. The receptionist blinked, looking between us like she wasn't sure if I was serious. "Wait," Sophia said, her voice sharp. "What do you mean, cancel my reservation?" I kept my expression calm. "I mean exactly what I said. Since you're so against hoarding money, I figured you'd love paying for your own room." Her face turned red. "You can't be serious." I turned to the receptionist. "Can you cancel it?" The receptionist hesitated. "Well, since the reservation is under your name, you can make changes." "Great," I said. "Cancel hers." Sophia's mouth dropped open. "You're being ridiculous," she snapped. "This is so childish." No, I said, crossing my arms. Childish is coming on a trip expecting someone else to fund your vacation. My friends had started to realize something was happening. They walked back over, watching the scene unfold. One of them, Megan, asked, what's going on? She's canceling my room, Sophia said, eyes wide. Because she's selfish. I let out a dry laugh. Oh, I'm selfish? You plan to stay in a hotel for free, didn't pay for a single thing, and somehow I'm the selfish one. Sophia turned to Megan for backup. Tell her this is insane. Megan looked at me, then at Sophia. Did you really not pay for anything? She has money, Sophia said quickly. It's not like she can't afford it. That's not the point, Megan shot back. You agreed to pay. Why didn't you? The receptionist was still standing there, awkwardly holding the keyboard like she wasn't sure if she should continue or not. That's when Sophia's attitude changed. She softened her voice and gave me this pleading look. Come on, she said. You're really going to let a little money ruin our friendship? I narrowed my eyes. You ruined our friendship the moment you decided to use me like an ATM. She clenched her jaw. I don't have anywhere else to stay. That's not my problem. She looked at our friends, clearly expecting someone to take her side. No one did. Sophia stormed off to a chair in the lobby, furiously texting someone. Megan, still standing next to me, sighed. What the hell was she thinking? I shook my head. She wasn't. Or she just thought I was dumb enough to let it slide. The receptionist, sensing the drama was over, went ahead with the cancellation. All done, she said. I thanked her, grabbed my key, and turned to my friends. Let's go. We left Sophia sitting there. I thought that was the end of it. That she'd either figure something out or go home. I was wrong. That night, we were getting ready to go out when Megan's phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen, frowned, and turned it toward me. Sophia? Hey, can you let me in? I'll just crash with you guys. I let out a humorless laugh. Is she serious? Megan sighed. What do you want to do? I thought about it for a second. I wasn't cruel. But I also wasn't stupid. I'm not letting her in, I said. She tried to manipulate me, and now she wants an easy way out? No. Megan nodded and typed back a simple, sorry, can't. Sophia's response came immediately. Sophia, wow. So y'all are just gonna leave me stranded? Megan, you stranded yourself. No response. We thought that was it. Then, at around 2 a.m., the calls started. One after another. We ignored them at first, but then my phone buzzed with a notification from Venmo. Sophia had requested $500. Message, for the hotel you canceled. I stared at my screen in disbelief. She has lost her damn mind. Megan looked over my shoulder. Block her. I didn't. Not yet. Instead, I texted her. Me, Sophia. You owe me money. Not the other way around. Her response was instant. Sophia, I had to book a whole new place last minute because of you. It's only fair that you cover it. Fair? I didn't respond. I just hit decline. 5 minutes later, she called. Megan grabbed my phone before I could answer. Nope. She's gonna gaslight the hell out of you. She was right. We went to bed. The next morning, we were getting ready for the beach when there was a knock at our door. I opened it, thinking maybe it was room service or housekeeping. It wasn't. It was Sophia. Standing there, arms crossed, looking pissed. My stomach dropped. What the hell are you doing here? I asked. She pushed past me into the room. We need to talk. And that's when I knew this wasn't over. I stood there, too stunned to speak. Sophia, what the hell are you doing here? She didn't answer. She walked straight into the room like she belonged there. My friends, still in pajamas, looked up in confusion. How did you even get in here? Megan asked. Sophia dropped her bag on the floor and sat on the bed like it was her room. I had to get a key from the front desk. My stomach twisted. Excuse me? I told them I left my stuff in here, she said, rolling her eyes. They let me up. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So you lied to the front desk? She shrugged. I had no other choice. I wasn't going to sleep in some sketchy motel because of your little tantrum. I felt my hands clench into fists. You weren't supposed to sleep in a motel. You were supposed to pay for your half like an adult, I shot back. She leaned back on the bed, completely unfazed. You're still mad about that? Get over it. Megan, now fully awake, got up. No. Get out. Sophia scoffed. Relax. I'll sleep on the floor or whatever. I had never seen such audacity in my life. You're not sleeping anywhere, I said, grabbing her bag and shoving it back at her. Get out. She laughed. Oh my God, are you serious? Dead serious, Megan said. Sophia glared at us. Wow, you guys are so heartless. No, you're delusional, I said. Get out before I call security. That finally seemed to wake her up. She grabbed her bag but threw one last dig before leaving. You're gonna regret this. She slammed the door behind her. I took a deep breath, trying to calm the pure rage I felt. How the hell did she get past the front desk? Megan asked. I didn't know, but I was about to find out. I stormed downstairs, Megan on my heels. The receptionist from the night before was still there. Hi, I said, my voice dangerously calm. Did you give someone a key to my room? She frowned. No. I took a deep breath. Then how did my friend just walk into my room? Her eyes widened. What? I explained everything. She immediately picked up the phone and called someone. Security is reviewing the cameras, she said. Megan whispered, this is insane. The manager came out a few minutes later, looking serious. Can you describe her? I showed them Sophia's Instagram. He sighed. She convinced one of the newer employees that she was part of your group and that she forgot her key. I clenched my jaw. That is a massive security issue, I said. He nodded. I agree. We'll handle it. That's when the real twist came. There's actually another issue, the receptionist said. She turned the screen toward me. There was a charge for $250 under my name. For what? I asked. She hesitated. Room service. Last night. My blood went cold. I had never ordered room service. Sophia. I turned to Megan. She used my name. I wasn't just mad anymore. I was out for blood. I looked at the manager. I want to see that security footage. He nodded and led us to the back. Sure enough, there was Sophia, confidently ordering food at the front desk. I'm in room 712, she said on the tape. Just charge it to the room. The manager sighed. I'll get this refunded immediately. And, would you like to ban her from the hotel? I didn't even hesitate. Yes. He nodded. She won't be able to enter again. That wasn't enough for me. I pulled out my phone. If she wanted to play dirty, I could play filthy. I went straight to our group chat and typed, me, FYI, Sophia just charged $250 of food to my room and snuck in by lying to the hotel staff. She's now banned from the hotel. It took seconds for the messages to blow up. Megan, oh my god. Lisa, WTF? Amy, is she serious? Then Sophia responded. Sophia, WTF are you talking about? I smiled to myself and took a screenshot of the security footage. I sent it. No response. 5 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Sophia was calling me. I let it ring. I already knew what was coming next. A complete meltdown. My phone buzzed again. Sophia was calling over and over. Megan, sitting beside me, raised an eyebrow. You gonna answer? Nope. I let it ring out. Seconds later, a flood of texts hit. What is wrong with you? Why would you send that to everyone? OMG, you are insane. I hope you rot, Megan laughed. Wow, real mature. But then, another message came through. Sophia, I'm coming to talk to you. Before I could even process what that meant, there was loud banging on the door. Megan and I jumped. Lisa peeked out from the bathroom. Is that? Another round of furious pounding. I stood up, heart racing. She got past security? I walked over to the door, but Megan grabbed my arm. You sure you want to open it? I hesitated. Then came her voice. Open the door, you coward. Megan let out a low whistle. She's unhinged. I exhaled sharply. Let's end this. And I yanked the door open. Sophia stood there, wild-eyed, breathing hard like she'd run up the stairs. What the hell is your problem? She spat. I crossed my arms. You're my problem. She pushed past me into the room again. Megan groaned. Oh my god, does she think she lives here? Sophia ignored her. She turned on me. How dare you make me look like a scammer? I let out a humorless laugh. You're a scammer. She scoffed. I was gonna pay you back when? After the trip? After I had to chase you for months? Her face twitched. You're just making this a huge deal because you're insecure about your money. That hit a nerve. I took a step forward. You manipulated me, stole from me, and lied to an entire hotel to get what you wanted. And I'm the problem? Her mouth opened and closed. She had nothing. Then, the worst possible thing happened. Lisa, who had been watching from the side, laughed. Not like a giggle. A full, mocking laugh. Damn, Sophia, she said. You're embarrassing. Sophia snapped toward her. Shut up. Lisa raised an eyebrow. Or what? You gonna charge another meal to someone else's room? Megan held. Sophia's hands balled into fists. She turned back to me, her face twisted with rage. I was your friend. No, I said. You were a user. There's a difference. Her breath hitched. You don't get it. I stared her down. Oh, I get it. You were hoping I'd be too nice to call you out. You thought you could push me just enough without consequences. Her nostrils flared. Then, she broke. You think you're so much better than everyone just because you have money, she snapped. You love holding it over people, don't you? It makes you feel powerful. I bet you get off on watching people struggle while you sit there with your perfect little life. That caught me off guard. I wasn't rich. I wasn't flaunting wealth. I just worked hard and didn't blow my money on dumb shit. Sophia had always been the kind of person who refused to budget, but I never judged her for it. Until now, apparently, she'd been resenting me for just being responsible. Lisa spoke up before I could. So what's your excuse for charging $250 to her room? Huh. Sophia's face twitched. I was pissed. Oh, so you steal when you're mad? Megan asked, fake shocked. Good to know. Sophia's eyes were wild now, darting between us, realizing that no one was on her side. She turned back to me. You ruined this trip. I tilted my head. Did I? Or did you do that yourself? The room was silent. For the first time, Sophia had nothing to say. Then she did something I didn't expect. Her lip trembled. She blinked fast, like she was trying to keep herself from crying. And then, without another word, she turned around and stormed out. The door slammed behind her. There was a beat of silence. Then Lisa muttered, "Damn." Megan let out a breath. That was a lot. We all just stood there, processing. I felt weird, like I should feel triumphant. But instead, there was this weight on my chest. Lisa noticed. You okay? I hesitated. Yeah, just. I don't get it. What? I swallowed. Why did she hate me so much? Megan frowned. She doesn't hate you. She hates what you represent. Lisa nodded. You have your life together. She doesn't. And instead of fixing her own shit, it's easier for her to blame you. That made sense. But it didn't make it hurt any less. I took a deep breath. She's really gone, right? Megan pulled out her phone. Oh, she left the group chat. Lisa grinned. Bet she's rage posting on Instagram right now. We laughed. But even as I smiled, a part of me still felt hollow. Sophia had been my friend for years. Now she was just gone. The rest of the trip was perfect. We hit the beach. We drank overpriced cocktails. We danced until our feet hurt. And Sophia? Nowhere to be found. She didn't try to reach out. She didn't show up again. When I got home, I found out she had blocked me on everything. Fine by me. I wasn't mad anymore. I wasn't sad. I just felt done. I had spent years excusing her behavior. Years letting small things slide. And for what? Some people aren't friends, they're just opportunists waiting for their next handout. Sophia showed me exactly who she was. And I believed her. I don't regret canceling her room. I don't regret cutting her off. What I do regret? Not doing it sooner. Some people aren't worth saving. Some people drown on purpose, and they'll pull you under just to keep themselves afloat. Never let them.